A few weeks ago, we happened to notice our flag at the front of the building was missing, and we hadn't removed it. And it became apparent to us quite quickly that it had been stolen. And it was quite a surprise to us, given the symbol that that flag represents to the veterans and their families. This was the most un-Canadian of acts. But out of the most un-Canadian of acts came the most Canadian of acts. In other words, people decided that they would try to help. Many people jumped forward. Specifically, an organization called the Davey Tree Expert Company. It's been in Burlington for many years. I quite innocently happened to be talking to Sean, their general manager in the area, because of some work he was doing on my property, because he said I looked a little down, and I told him. All he did is shake his head in disbelief, and his next words were, "Bob, how can I help? How can we help?" And I said to him, well, quite frankly, this flag is 12 meters off the ground. We have no hope of putting this up there without getting a bucket truck. And he said, we happen to have a bucket truck. You just tell me when and where, and we'll be there to assist you. Well, today that happened. They arrived at 8 o'clock in the morning. Various Legion members made themselves available. Between all of us and the three gentlemen from Davey, that flag went up and that rope went up. It took us a while because I have to admit, we've never had to do this before, but it looks great. You'll be very proud of what your Legion has done. And I think what we have to take away from this exercise is not the negativity that made this possible, but the solution to this. The most un-Canadian of acts was replaced by the most Canadian of acts. At the top of the 13-meter tall flagpole, there is a large, as most flagpoles have, a large ball at the top. It had rusted over the last 3 or 4 years since we last painted it. The Davey Tree Expert people came in and said, hey, you got the paint? We'll get up there and paint it for you. Well, I won't go into the logistics of painting it, but there in the wind was a gentleman in a bucket at the end of a support from his truck with a red can of spray paint, a collar over the white part of it, of the flagpole itself, and he did it. And it looks great, as you'll see from the photos. He did an excellent job. So not just threading that rope through, which we would have had no chance of doing on our own, but they did a little touch-up for us too, which we very, very much appreciate. What I should take this time to say is a big shout-out on behalf of the Royal Canadian Legion, the veterans and their families, and the city of Burlington to say thank you to Davey Tree people in Burlington. Simply because of what they did today really helped us out, everyone. And just like to say thank you, Sean, the general manager, and his group of guys in the 2 trucks that arrived today and spent an hour with us making it all happen. Thank you.